Okay. Hello and welcome to Inter's Tier 2 at Mexico for the Enduro round. Believe it's round 14 for the drivers, and the championship fight is as close as ever between the top four. Now, since the Enduro round it is double points, 100% race at Mexico, so you got 71 laps for the drivers to go around the Mexico track. 18-minute qualifying for these drivers. And I believe the weather for qualifying is full dry. I'm not sure what the race is going to be like, but I am joined by Ethan today.
Going on?
Ethan's helping me. Mozza was here, then he decided to dip.
Well, it's still here.
Anyway, let's get on with qualifying. Let's see who's the first driver on the lap is. Gonna be a McLaren. I believe that will be Jetman. The first car that start the lap. Makes quite an interesting track. You want downforces for the middle sector, but you also want enough straight line speed to attempt an overtake on the straight. So Jetman coming into the stadium hairpin for the first time this qualifying session, and to start his lap. As Ethan, you want to take away the lap?
Yeah, so Mexico City is one of the hardest tracks aside from on the down the long pit straight, and it really drags on. It's almost like Spa, but you're on the red for 90% of the straight, hard on the brakes zone, flick it right, left, and then back to the right for a nice little triple chicane to start the lap. First DRS straight, and this is where this track gets really complex. Back on the brakes about 50 or so meters, a little chicane into a double hairpin, which, as you said, enough downforce corners, but have that straight line there into like a Suzuka S's type section. Flick it left, right, back to the left, back, right. Very easy to get track warnings, penalties in this section. And coming up to the most popular section, track down the RS straight stadium, slowest sections on this racetrack. Coming out into the last couple of corners, and it's a sweeping last corner. Lots of trying to make a mistake there, going around the outside. But Chapman will set the first lap, 154.49 in McLaren. Pretty decent lap.
So 15.4 for the McLaren driver. We've got other cars coming across the line. Got a Ferrari at the back. I believe that's Battlecat starting a lap. We got Ludo coming around the final corner on the intertide, just setting a banker, trying to save a set of sauce for the race. Great idea if there is a late safety car. Jacko goes across the line even faster, 14.6 for his time. And I believe we're starting to get more people crossing the line. I think we got Jailbot next across the line with his teammate Ghost Rider behind. They've both been towing each other along around the track. So it's not a bad strategy to tow someone, it's just it's going to hurt you in the middle sector. Jailbot goes 15.7, his teammate is a 15.3 with that tow. It's got letter P
Yeah.
across the line, even faster than Jacko, 2 times faster, 14.4 with Little Sheldon 13 or 15.1. I believe both RBs are just starting a lap as they're towing each other. Mertz next across the line out of the final corner as his teammate Callie has looked like they've been to just before. 14.3 now is the benchmark for these drivers. Dante across the line of 14.8 for his time. You got Yuki now 14.5. Now these times again extremely close. Battlecat just crossed the line, but he was an invalid lap.
He's backed off. He's not pushing this lap, so he's going to get some battery back in that ERS system. His teammate, though, Tetris, jumps up to 2, 4, 5. Going to the next card across the line instead of lap. It's gonna be the RB boys giving each other a bit of a tow down that DRS straight out of the Ethers into stadium section. Dark Shadows and ES, I believe is opening. And coming up to the last couple corners now, both are still on a valid lap. Remember, it's very easy to validate your lap in the last sector. Crosses the line, and it's pole position. It's a 1-3 for the V car boys. That's a very great effort as Mertz around the last couple corners. He's going to come into the pit. No, he's starting a lap now, I think.
Now, interestingly enough, is Ghost Rider when he did his lap was on the medium tire. It wasn't on the soft, it was on the medium. So he can go about 4 tenths faster, 5 tenths faster on that soft tire. Probably even quicker. I don't know exactly know what the delta is, but you can go around 4 to 5 tenths faster because of the tire. So we'll see Ghost Rider in the top 10 hopefully, as one of the mechanics has a mistake at turn 1. Looks like Battlecat is on track or doing his lap again, so he has enough fuel to do 2 runs.
Yeah, I think it was more ERS. I'm watching now. eBay boy, going to put his lap in as he comes down. Stretch turns 1, 2, and 3. Quickly watch him, see what he can do. Very easy to lose the rear end off track as well. Very slippery, and also the uh, turbo hybrids. You're going to get the best performance you'll get out of these engines all year round with the altitude of the track. Coming up to the double hairpin section now, the Red Bull driver. So far, it's looking like a little bit of a twitch on the rear end there. There was a little bit of a yellow flag. Drivers each other apart.
So Mo's just giving
We
a little spin, Battlecat 15.5 for his first time. We'll jump to eBay Boy now.
coming up to the stadium section. He's gone purple middle sector, so he's on for a pretty decent lap. Definitely a top 5. Coming out of the stadium section now, I think that's 83 of eBay Boy crosses the line, get himself 9th overall. That's not a bad lap.
Early driver, yep, set times are now Kelly and Scotty. So we're looking at Kelly right now, currently on a lap, coming into the second 2 time. It is purple according to the game, but that's because they haven't set a lap yet. So it's going to be purple regardless. So through the same section, took a lot of curve before entry to the final corner. To the line now. The car doesn't want to shift, it stays in the 15-1. Just in front of Battlecat, only by 2 milliseconds as well. As we're starting to get more people out for their final run, or not final runs, their middle runs. I think Dante's is on a lap. No, he's not. Oh, Ghost Rider's on the lap and he's on the set of 6 thousandths up on his time. He's gained another toe from his teammate. So they switched it around, I think. I think Ghost Rider's now the one following. 4 tenths up on his time currently. That will put him into a 14.9, jump him up to P9. So
See what he does. Is that a stadium?
what is happening at the back? There's a sailboat going slowly. I think that's Lou though. So 14.8 for Ghost Rider. Only 3 thousandths off Dante in P8 in Merc. His teammate was able to improve 2 tenths. eBay Boy's actually gone again. He's actually invalidated, but he was 2 tenths up on his time.
The Haas of Scotty coming across the start. He flying lap. He's left it somewhat late in the session. Gonna toast down the pit straight.
Hello,
And
Joey. How you doing?
first couple corners. So far, this session's all been trying to get up. And that time to 14 flat. So Scotty lets his teammate through, riding on board with him
Let it
down
be
to
to the
Scotty.
line. 14-2 for his time. Then Lil Sherman's a 15-5 and jumps to P7. We'll jump to Jacko because Jacko is coming for final corner. What is he able to do? I think he's just restarting his lap actually. So jump on board with the Haas leading this little Haas train of blurs. He won purple sector 2, so let's see if he's able to actually continue this form and get pole position. To the line of 13.9 for blurs.
Scotty up to the line.
Scotty looks
Start.
like he
Ooh,
went slower, so that lap that he just did was a towing lap. Now he's going to do a push lap. As
zero.
eBay
Do now.
boy starting a lap. Who else is starting a lap? I think the next car would be Jacko. No, Jacko's on the cooldown again.
Next car to the line. Lap time in will be Scotty as he comes up to the stadium. We got a slow moving William in
Well,
sector
Scotty
one.
at the moment, currently 3 seconds up on his time. Coming through the final corner, let's see what he's able to do. Gonna hug that inside line all the way to the finish. 15-2 goes P16. Qualifying not really important for a 100% race. So there's 71 laps to fight for position, so it's not. If you qualify near the back, it's not the end of the world.
It's not. He's still got 71 laps to make up ground. Strategy will be a big part in how this race will play out.
On board with Tetris as he navigates his lap. Actually, let's jump to Jacko's. Jacko's middle sector. First car to cross the line. He's currently 1/10 up on his time, so this will put him in front of. This actually put him in P4. I didn't see that sector time. I think he's called it again. Yeah, he's turned his battery off. He's recharging. So he's made another mistake. Mads is going back to pits. He's letting everyone through. Oh god, that Ferrari almost hit both of them.
That was way too close to watch.
Both Alpines going very slow on exit. Here comes the Ferrari to the line. What are they able to do? P13 for Tetris, a 15-0. Almost being out eBay boy. Only slow by a 4,000th of a second. As you got Mers getting a very good tow down this main straight by his teammate.
Ferrari behind the other Alpine.
Merged too much curb in sector 1 and he is invalidated.
Earlier in the qualifying session. Very easy to invalidate around this track. There's a very fine line that Cody's has put in for this track, and you do not want to overstep it because it can bite you, and it bites hard, especially this. But so far, it's not too much to worry about. He's sitting fourth overall.
Well, I'll be right about his teammate Cali at the moment. Currently sitting P15 with 15-1 to his name. Can improve that time as they just let the Ferrari back past. And then
Oh,
also the Mercedes.
yeah. Good call letting the faster cars through and then start them again.
Yes, so Tetris will be our first car to do a time. We still got some drives into the pit lane, but they should be coming out soon as the qualifying time is at 2 minutes now. It's a 1 minute 14 laps, so you need to leave the pit lane now to make the lap.
Mert's back on a lap. Let's see what he can do. It turns 1, 2, and 3. That triple chicane complex. Little bit of curb and two. DRS straight to 4 and 5. The chicane.
So Tetris just having a little moment to join this little section. Too much wheel spin, had to put his lap off on board with Dante in the Merc. That's going to be our second driver across the line that set at your time.
Turtle is flying through the second sector.
Free
Coming out to the
tenths
top.
up currently.
Nearly second down, I think. He's going to abort the lap.
The Mercedes in front has invalidated his lap, so we'll jump on with Kelly. On their lap, was he able to? Boca actually quietly sneaked into a 14-2 as we were going through drivers. I mean, Ghost is starting a lap. Tetris is not. Battlecat is starting another lap.
Watch Battlecat, the championship leader, I believe.
Yes, so Battlecat currently championship leader, I believe, by 40 points.
Jim on his lap. Slides the car in. Little bit of curb, which is all you want to take through first corners. The braking zone hard on the brakes, down to third gear. Don't car drift too wide.
Darken
Check a
across the lane at 13.5 for Darken, so that takes pole position off Blurs. And he can't fire because checker flag is out now, so we're looking on board Ludo as Mox has joined. Ludo across the line of 14.4 as Yuki Bear has a bit of a moment out of the pit lane. Here comes Jetman 2 tenths up on his time. Was he able to do a 14.8 now for the McLaren system P12? Go to Ghost Rider, who's right behind, 1 tenth up on his time. Goes to a 14.5, splits the Saubers. Doesn't look like
Okay.
Battlecat's able to improve. Which
The
are
letter,
we?
the letter P coming up to that stadium section. Down in his lap by
We're jumping board with Jacko as I believe I saw a Haas move. So Scotty moved up to 15, 14.8 as we watch Jacko. He's actually keeps
he's
messing up
done.
a lot, so he's done. And yeah, letter P just called his lap off, so he will stay P5. But Dark and Shadow at the end of the session taking pole position off Blurs by 4 tenths as well.
Yeah, that's pretty fast time from the V carb driver. V carb looking 13.5.7 take pole position round 14.
Looking at the results from qualifying, Darken and Bloods will be your front row. Darken 4 tenths faster than Bloods, which is interesting as Darken is, I believe, third in the championship, if I'm not mistaken. He did crash out in Koda, which hurt his championship chances. Anyway, we'll go down the grid. It's Koski, Tier 3 reserve, then Battlecat, Letter P, Mertz, Yuki, Ludo, Ghost Rider, and Sheldon for your top 10. And it's Red Bulls, Shane the 6th row on the grid in 11th and 12th. I believe it was Dante's right behind him. Couldn't quite see it. So we got dry weather for the start of the race. Formation lap is turned on for the sad passing of one of the how do I explain this? The drivers, one of the community members of Inter. So we got formation lap on in memory of him. So we drivers will just had to spend an extra few minutes on the track. This gives us a bit more time to actually look at tires as well.
Those extra seconds on the track really can help make or break a driver's race. Just fine tuning on visual reference to break. We get ready to get round 14 of the Inter Racing League underway here in Manchester City. 71 on the board. We get ready to go racing. Formation lap underway first.
We'll just wait for drivers. I believe they're all doing that strategy. It takes a bit longer for 100% races to figure out what you want to do and when you want to do it. Most of them probably tweaking their setups for the longer race. So we're probably going to be sitting here for a few more seconds as we wait for people to lock in their setup changes and the strategy. I wouldn't be surprised if people have chosen the harder tire compound for double hard tire, as we're going onto the formation lap for the first time this season. I believe it's the first time.
Imagine it is with the glitches I've heard.
Well, there's the tires for everyone to see. Top 9 on mediums, and you got hards from 10th to 12th and 14th and 15th on the hard tire. Everyone else on medium tire, even people at the back. Com United actually joining in just at the end of the qualifying session, so I'm surprised. I'm interested to see if he got a setup loaded. But it's currently RB that's sitting nice and pretty in the grid. P1 and P3. P3 is realistically where you want to be for Mexico. As Darkin
Yeah.
is taking the formation lap like it's a normal racing lap.
I don't think he realizes it's an actual format thing. He thinks it's a race lap. He's starting to slow down a little bit now to let the others catch up. But he's got Mr. D on the grid for long for the others.
Like, he's gone in the hairpin. Com United is just entered the S's.
Yeah, it's I don't know. I think he might have thought it was a race. Realized
As we see
oh,
the drivers come around to the grid to line up, they are going to be able to line up for themselves. Thankfully, EA has just added that feature, and that's actually quite a good feature. I love this feature of lining up yourself to the grid.
feature.
And it's a little bit buggy at sometimes. As everyone is getting around the final corner, you can see the gaggle cars coming around that final corner trying to warm their tires.
Last extra bit of preparation. Couple cars, DSQ, so here we set a bit back.
As
We get
few people DSQ'd for overshooting their grid slot. As we're about to go green, as I think the game is having a little bug. As we are about to go 3 red lights, 4, 5. Wait for the green light. And then there's pedal to the metal for these drivers. Looks like Blood's got an excellent start next to Dark and Shad. He's going to lose the lead into turn one. Looks like his teammate Koski didn't get great start. Battlecat's a long time already, but he also got a letter P on the inside of both of them. It was 3 wide as Dark End and Blood side by side into 1, 2, and 3. Still fighting now as Bloods goes over the curb. Dark End Shad will be able to keep it as we got a little bit of fighting at the back. Yuki able to make the move up on Ludo. But it is as it stands from the grid. Most drivers didn't move as letter P sends it around the outside of Battle Cat at turn 5. Still side by side as you got Ludo trying to go around the outside of Yuki, but I don't believe he got it done. So he goes back into single file formation as Merce going around the outside of Ludo actually this time.
Yeah, drivers settling into what will be a long race. Probably do. They come into the stadium section for the first time. Big lock up for the McLaren of Yuki Bear going into the stadium. Oh, dive bomb for the Red Bull. A little bit of contact. Jacko hitting, tapping the Aston Martin of Ghost Rider as they come around and complete the first lap, and everyone will cross the line. It's
And we
this.
got VSC. Tetris. A bit of a moment, final corner, bringing out the VSC. He's going to have to pin and get a new wing, I assume. Yeah, he's missing his whole front wing. Now, this is great for the front too. They've already broken the second before the VSC came out, so depending on how they play the VSC, they might be able to extend this. Sometimes the VSC bugs and it doesn't actually tell you when it's ending. So we might see some drive-thrus come with the drivers.
Get ready to rack 'em and stack 'em. Take number 2.
Still under VSC conditions for these drivers. We go for the S section, the worst part for the Delta, so the Delta will be jumping up and down like a yo-yo.
I guess the one good thing about having the VSC this early in a Grand Prix is everything so close together. The VSC's ended, DRS is able. We are flag race.
Just 1/10 out of DRS, almost got it on that VSC. DRS was enabled and he's not going to have DRS at all. So he's just going to have to hope that Battlecat gets past him. So he's able to get the DRS. Battlecat is way too far back from the RB drive to even get the move done. Actually, he's gone around the outside of turn 1. Again, my words are being eaten. Still side by side between the two drivers. This is just losing them more time to the front two. So
he's gonna fight it hammer and tong here. There's a little bit of a move going. I need almost look like
them way wide. Here
and
comes
it
the
looks
letter P down the inside.
What a move! Read that really well. Letter P and Battle Cat will storm up ahead to catch the 2 leaders as we come into the sweeping S section.
Lap
You
3
can
of
right.
71. It's only going to get better from here.
Nearly went, contact! Nearly spun. We stay green, nearly 3 wide coming in the stadium section there. Looks like the
a bit of a spin, Constantino effect. And that's a bunch of damage for a bunch of the drivers.
We stay green though, that's the main thing, boys. That's the fastest lap. Here comes. Who is that? That is PRL looking to make a double move. Gets past one. He's coming up on Yuki Bear. Is he going to be able to defend? Is Yuki Bear going to be able to defend it? On the ripple strip. 3
wide. Oh, Mertz into the gravel, into the grass. Ludo almost got pushed around.
This is great racing from all these drivers. Looks like the other Lily, I think, or Luna. The other kick Sauber is
it's making wide again. What is happening with that? little shell just pushing 2 drivers onto the grass. That's actually.
That was his poor placement.
As I looked further back and actually, I think Jacko's caught the worst of that checkup in the stadium section. He's missing half a wing.
He's doing pretty well. Cars left, right, and center. Dare you say?
Alright,
We are
someone's in the wall. Jetman's in the wall. That's wing gone as well. What is happening back here? This is mayhem. This is war between the drivers. As I believe Jacko's into the pits. We've got Ghost Rider into the pits.
Ghost Rider and Jacko into the pits. We stay green. Blurs in the lead.
Up at lap 3, it was P4 or P3 down to 18th in DRS. Now it's split massively.
Dante under a little bit of a step out there. I was about to say Dante might be feeling a little bit of pressure from the Red Bull of eBay boy as they come up to that double hairpin, the Dorito looking section.
The Doritos looking section. Bro's thinking about food already.
I can't help it. When the Dorito calls, it calls. Especially around this track. Dante under a little bit of pressure. Really, from Jetbot pretty much up to Dante. It's 16th down. It's a little bit of a fight. Jetman at the back. He's doing what he can.
As Ludo's into the pit lane, prior to replace the front wing for his Sauber team. A lot of teams going to be losing a lot of money.
Sorry to cut you off. Mertz doing a bit of a NASCAR bump draft. eBay boy gets past Dante. Dante might get a 2-1. You know he does. He's able to defend. Coming in 2 and 3. Down the DRS straight they go. A little bit of a step for Dante. Boy, this is some great racing. And it's not over yet. He's going to look to the outside. Try and get that inside line to make the move. And he's going to get it done. Right past Mertz. Now, looks like the other Alpine might be putting Mercedes under a little bit more pressure here.
Well, it looks like the fucking... I'm losing my words.
That's 3-second time penalty for too many warnings.
That's 3-second penalty on lap 6, so that the rate he's got to go, that's got to be about 12 seconds by the end of this race.
And here they come United. VSC Jared Bott is having a little fight here. 13, I believe, if I'm mistaken, you get points back to 15. Correct?
Ludo, 3-second penalty at the back of the grid as Yuki Bet makes a move on Ikotsky at the front for P5. They still went side by side into turn 1, but they got the move sorted.
Here comes Noah. Down the inside, what a move. Dived it a little bit, and he's going to set his sights. Got the upper head.
And just looking on board of eBay boy, it looks like that Red Bull does not want to turn with the hard tire and the fuel that he has.
No, as Dante will get by eBay boy. eBay boy doing a bit of NASCAR bump drafting. Just looking
Gave
from
him another hit as well, for good measure.
Yeah, just letting him know, hey, I'm here. You really need slipstream around this track. Get the slipstream, you'll be pretty much set. Tetris sitting back, having his own little fight with Com United. We go up the front of the field, very quiet race of these guys. They get from the letter P back to E.
So Badacat with the DRS 4 times the gap is when that was activated. He's going to get this move done very nicely before turn 1. Letter P won't lose the position to Yuki. Yuki was too far back as Com United gets a 3-second pen. Importantly enough, Dark and Shadow in the RB, he's broken 1 second of Blur, so Blur's probably in a tire management phase already. So Darkin already breaking that 1 second gap for DRS, so he just needs to drive his own pace at this point. We jump back down to the battle pack. That is for P10.
It's a 3 car fight. You got eBay Boy, Mertz, Dante, all in it. These guys have been back and forth the last couple of laps. Then looks like Scotty's off in the world of his own, and then that kicks cover. Slowly catching. A little bit of a lock up for Mertz there. Mertz putting Dante under some pressure here.
Slurpee with DRS are not able to get close enough to Battlecat to make that move. At the end of turn 1, he might make the move into turn 4, though, nonetheless.
Yuki Bear also having a look, maybe. He's gonna go for a dive, no position. Letter P has to attack and defend, the hardest thing doing this sport.
Yeah, in Dark and Shadows at the moment, he's just pulling that gap along. He's gapped Blurs by additional 8/10 this lap since he took the lead. Or since he dropped DRS, I mean. Here, by the way, that Darkin is driving that car. He's driving on rails at the moment.
That's the thing. We still got 61 there. Come.
Into the pit main straight with DRS for the 10th time. Letter P gonna make this move on Battlecat, probably, as he sits behind for again, as Battlecat is defending this hard. If they don't start working together, they can't catch Blurs, because at the moment Blurs is getting no assistance of that DRS.
They need to really slingshot each other up in these DRS straights. Front stretch, second stretch out of three is the most ideal place to do it. Just don't collect each other in the process. That's the main thing.
Mertz and Dantes have been doing that exact thing up to Scotty and Little Sheldon on those hards. It looks like the medium tire is still the better tire at the moment, and they have caught up to this Parks and Sauber little train for 8th. So now it's a 5-car train for P8, as looks like Scotty is gonna go past Little Sheldon, switching positions down that back straight before the stadium.
This is going to be interesting. 5 cars work together. It's hard enough getting 3 cars to work, 2 other cars to work here, let alone another 4 or 5.
As
So
Letter P has made the move on Battlecat finally, as Wonder, I think Krosky had almost a little moment into the back of Yuki Bear. It looks like he locked up his rear tires. So this battle pack for third currently getting up to Blurs in P2. We got Little Sheldon though for P7 currently leading that train. They're still losing time to the pack ahead, but they all have DRS and they're all switching between each other.
realistically, there'll be no time before they can this little lead pack. It's going to work together. Looks like that kick Sauber that's leading the pack at the moment. A bit sketchy
Little
towards.
Sheldon does have a bit of. Oh, he actually doesn't have that much health. Yeah, he went sideways on the exit of the last corner though. That's going to open the door for that Mur who's only 1/10 behind him on the DRS activation point, gets the move done nice and simple. Let's see if Scotty's able to do the same thing. I don't think Scotty's able to do the same thing as
Very good one.
or as eBay Boy trying to send it down inside of Mertz at turn 1. Not the best thing you want to do when you both have DRS and you both can lose a train easily. As eBay Boy is finding out that you can lose a train easily. He's already out of 1 second.
Yeah, once you get out of the slipstream, you gotta really push. Get not. It's easy said than done. As thing that has Scotty might be losing touch with this train. And Mertz is stuck behind it. 6 seconds worth of penalties now from Mertz. Oh, there he goes.
Mertz having a little bit of a moment. He's actually sideways on the exit, I believe. No, he's not the exit. He's still stationary. He's going to have to move soon or he gets DSQ'd.
Oh
No,
no.
he's actually spun it again and hit the wall. Hopefully this doesn't cause a safety car. He's waiting for these two drivers to go past. So he can flick spin it. No safety car has been called. It almost spun it again. So those tires will be cooked as the Mercedes come united and Jetman file behind. As Yuki Bear has actually made the move on Battle Car. He's actually gone purple sector 1 as well. As what has happened back here? There's a yellow flag. Mertz has spun it again.
Oh, Mertz, he's such a good race. Oh, he's locked it. Oh no. Too much gas.
Oh,
And he's getting
he lost it again. I don't know what.
healthy.
And
He's got a punch. I think he
Mer-
might have a.
Mertz, after all that, is going to be like, I think he's hit the pit wall actually, so he's on the track.
No,
And safety car.
you can't be doing that.
And, mate, no.
That would have to be a penalty. Coming in.
He's just trying to take himself out of the race again, and he's, yeah, retired.
Mertz is out. Your first, and it's a safety car. We have a full course car.
And this will hurt Darkened massively. He had a 3-second gap to Blurs, and that's all gone. Now the question is, what do these drivers do? What do the hard runners do? Because the hard runners are now screwed, basically.
Yeah, so you'd imagine the medium runners will. You would think would have to happen. So Darkness, we'll see what he does. Because if Darkness comes in, pretty much guaranteed what the rest of the medium runners.
If Darkness is in, everyone's going to follow him. Doesn't even matter if it's
That's
the hards.
pretty much it, and he's coming in. He will come in.
So Darkness is in, Blurs is following, Yuki's following, Battlecat's following, Letter P,
Here comes the
Koski is
time.
following. Let's see what Sheldon does. Sheldon stays out. Scotty
He
stays out.
has
eBay Boy stays out. And little
going.
Sheldon is going to be the leader of this restart. Cully is into the pit lane. See what the RB of Red Bull of Jacko and Ludo do, because they've been on those tires for a while. Jacko stays out.
An interesting call being a medium runner. Maybe he thinks he's got more life tires as PRL.
As Cully coming out just between these two. Oh, that's interesting. Now, did Lulu get past before the detect line? I don't think he did.
So
So Lewis Sheldon currently gonna be a leader for the Sailors. The lead sailor and the leader of the race for the safety car.
Gotti his way up to second, which good on him. Ebo Boy will be third. Darkness fourth. Blurs fifth. Yuki Bear Battle Letter P. EK Dante Jacko LA PRL VSC Tom United Tetris Jet Ghost Rider. That is how we're gonna rack them up this restart.
Lewis Sheldon just into the back of the safety car and breaking away. We're only 25% of the way through the race,
Got our first.
and we got a safety car. So we'll probably have about another lap of safety car for the Aston of Ghost Rider at the back of the field to catch up. Um,
It will go green next time. If I was to guess. Just been looking the chat. Well, let's hope Darkness or Dark End, sorry, can get back to very soon. He's going to take going to
Hopefully Dark and
late.
Shadows is back by the time the safety car
Yeah,
goes green. He has gone AI to
yeah.
relieve
They've
himself.
they've given him permission. There will be no report going AI to go to the toilet, but let's hope he's back. A few seconds because we're coming into the last section now where Setsuko's going to start pulling away. The pack starts to slow down. Well, we're about to go green flag. Jason,
He just reported that he's back just as it is turned off. So we're now into the safety car restart. Little Sheldon will be your leader. You can see how much fuel that the drivers have on board on their cars. Most of them have 4 lots of extra fuel on board. So on board with Scotty for the restart.
we're ready to go green yet again. The train comes through the last section. And we're picking up the throttle. Oh no, yeah.
Lucian's waiting as long as he can so the fresh tyres don't get the tyre advantage out of the last corner. He's gone right now at the line. It is 3-1 already between Dark and Shadow Bloods and eBay Boy. eBay Boy's just going to let them through. He's not going to fight it. But he's got Yuki Bear on mediums behind him. Going for the move down the inside as Fraud Battle Cat. As eBay Boy sending it down the inside of Bloods. He doesn't want to give that up. He's back in the 4.
I don't know where to look. Fight right center coming up towards the front of the field. There's a Haas diving for it. I think that was Blurs. It was Blurs. Further up the field, Scotty's taking the lead.
I don't know where to look. There's so much happening.
Coming out of the Dorito hairpin into Zuka S section. The letter P stuck between a couple of cars. Scotty still leads. Dark End is on his tail though as I come up to the castle section. Not castle section, stadium section. I'm thinking a different track here.
You're thinking of Baku. That's for another league. Oh, that's a little Sheldon having a bit of mistake. I think eBay Boys run into the back of him.
There was side to side contact.
As Dark End is pushing Scotty through the final corner.
DRS is online, so now it's going to keep hold new. Oh, down the stretch they come.
These drivers have nothing. They got no ERS at all. Side by side. Scotty is still leading. Dark End gets through on the outside. Scotty lets his teammate through. He doesn't want to hold him up.
Blurs will now have a crack. Is he going to have a crack? Here comes Yuki.
Yuki bet down the inside, side by side. Takes a little curve. Blurs holding it off. They're still side by side into the double hairpin.
Still side by side. This is phenomenal racing. Yuki Bet finally yields and lets Blurs go.
Due to this, they have lost DRS. So Blurs,
We can take a breath.
Blurs is not going to be happy.
No, he will not. Someone take a breath as start to calm down a little bit here.
Letter P down the inside. We're going to get Dante around the outside. Oh, Koski down the inside. Almost got a little bit of damage.
Little bit of contact there.
Jacko is doing amazing on those 14 lap old mediums still. As Yuki Bear gets past Blurs, it's now Yuki Bear's job to catch down Dark End Shadows as Scotty gets overtaken by Dante down the back. eBay Boy making a move on little Sheldon. Now the Red Bulls are together.
I don't even know where to look. There's fights everywhere.
The battle out of DRS contention of his teammate at the moment.
Lost out here with the safety car. Was up top where you down.
Battlecat has had the miserable restart. He was in the top 5 before the restart happened. He's now in 11th and can't get past little Sheldon. As eBay Boy almost within the DRS. Let's see if Jacko holds up the tiny bit. I don't think Jacko holds up. He's still out 1/10 of him. As Yuki Bear dropped a Blurs, but he hasn't got DRS. He's done this fast lap as well. 17-0 for the fast lap. As letter P going to go on the attack on Blurs. As Blurs he was sitting comfortably P2 for 16 laps until safety car took that all away.
So the Battle Cat has got past Sheldon.
As Communite and Tetris at the back went too wide. Tetris forced a cut corner at the back, giving a 3-second penalty.
Battle Cat. I think all the Battle Cat's doing is he's putting car in front of the pressure. He's either forcing them into a mistake or he's just waiting for that straight. Because once you get on that front straight, it is very easy to get the move done.
At the moment, Scotty, who stayed out, is on 20 lap on halves with eBay boy, and they're both about a second of the driver there behind us. Scotty's 1.5 to Kotsky, who just went through the chicane, or not the chicane, the hairpin now, as we see Yuki Bear with DRS on Dark and Shadows. I still have that safety car overlay on the spectator, and it's quite annoying. As here we go, Yuki Bear down, gonna go on the attack, gets right on his gearbox. Jacko makes a move, so does Callie as well down the straight. So 3-second penalty for blurs. So P3 to P6 all got penalties at the moment, as Yuki Bear makes the move on Dark and Shadows into turn 4. Now it's the McLaren leading this race, and Devastator will be very pleased with that one. We might get into a boring stage of the race, so if any TPs in the Twitch chat want to join the Comspot for a little chat, feel free to do so.
I like to hear from Myrtle, see what his point of view and hear what he has to say what happened. Because as I said, he was having such amazing. Now the pit window opens. Hard runners.
Joker at the moment on those 18 lap old mediums, not able to break DRS of Scotty as Battlecat is going to try and force the move on Scotty. Forces the Scotty to make the move on Jacko. Now it's Scotty, Battlecat, Jacko in this train. Battlecat really needs to clear this horse to get past and up to the battle for P3 again. So Yuki Bear on those mediums who got to Dark and Shadow, Yuki's not able to drop Darken at the moment, as he's just standing comfortably behind. He loses a bit of times during the S's, but it's not enough.
Still within that 1 second window, which you don't really want.
It's almost out actually. 9.5 it got to. Looks like Dark and Shadows is just better through the hairpin. He takes a better line. Keeps that DRS.
Battlecat is under pressure whilst to apply pressure. Ron Jacko pressure Battlecat. Battlecat's pressuring Scotty. Scotty's gonna break the the slipstream. Not gonna be enough though, and easy pass there.
Blows makes a move on letter P as Dante's trying to go around the outside as Zakowski has caught up a tiny bit more in the RB. So currently it's RB26 at the moment, so RB's doing very well for themselves. The only team within the top 6 with 2 drivers at least. As Tetris has actually pitted a few laps ago. He's now 28 seconds off the leaders. He can go to the end if he so chooses.
He has to be careful on those. Right? He has to be very careful on those tires because towards the end there will be extremely hot. As everyone knows, this place is extremely. Gotta be very careful on those tires. Whoa!
Right side as Con United has retired into the pit lane. He's probably got some damage that can't be repaired.
Will we see a safety car like Myrtle, or will you stay green here? Stay green. Ludu gets past done. Alpine. And Sheldon's going to be putting that Alpine under pressure now. Not really much happening out on the track at the moment.
Letter P has a mistake out of the final corner. Too much wheel spin for the Williams right there. That's going to cost him massively. He's not going to get DRS at all.
Do that dare go 3 wide? Yes. The V carb moves up to third with the double over.
Dante and Blows trying to go side by side for turn 1, 2, and 3, and they've made it work. It's almost 3 wide between these drives on exit.
They're still going to go at it.
Dante's getting past the horse of Blurs now. As these guys fight, Battlecat is slowly catching them.
Which is not what they want. He's right there in the back of the frame.
And currently, it's P11 down to P16, all within a DRS train of each other, led by Kelly. Kelly's not able to actually get the gap on eBay down, so eBay's actually doing very well on these hards at the moment. Keeping that gap as Dark End goes even faster, 16-7 now. So the hards are starting to come into effect where they're becoming faster.
Here comes the Battle Cat. Alright. Slowly creeping. They're going to go 3 wide again. They're chopping and changing down that front straight. Like, no, a little bit of side-by-side contact from Blurs and V-Carb, I believe. Dante's made his way up from, I think, 14th or 13th up to, what, 3rd now. Battlecats is right at the back of this. It's going to be a 5-car fight for a podium position. These guys are going to be gloves off.
Not able to close that gap on Dark and Shadows anymore. He's actually lost 2 tenths through the middle sector alone, so those mediums are starting to hurt around now. So he's probably gone through that little phase in the tires where you lose a bunch of time for a while and then you get all your pace back suddenly. As we're watching this battle train for P3, Battlecat's actually joined this train, so these guys have been fighting that much that Battlecat is now within this train, and since all of these guys have 3-second penalties, Battlecat is effectively in 3rd at the moment.
Effectively, he is. They're gonna still fight Hammer for position out there. They're chopping and changing. Tomorrow still a little bit of contact. Staying green. Letterby almost got around there.
A bit of fighting at the back between other drivers. Ghost Rider and Carly both passing Ludo on those older medium tyres, as Jerobot also made the move on Sheldon.
I think also that McLaren is going to start coming to frame a few laps as well.
At the moment, he's only lost about a 10th to Dark and Shadow, so it looks like the meds aren't that bad. It looks like they've still got some pace in them, but the more that these guys fight, the more that they are not going to be able to catch. Currently 8-second gap to Yuki. Ghost Rider gets a 3-second penalty.
Blows Dante a hammer and maybe they don't know that Battlecat is there.
Well, at the moment, these guys actually lost. So Leopold's actually lost DRS to the 3 in front of him. So he's gonna have to hope Battlecat gets past him now to get that DRS, as Scotty is getting attacked by the Red Bull of Jacko. He's actually going to get bullied by both Red Bulls as eBay Boys is right on his tail now. So eBay Boys going to have the DRS detection.
Red Bull and sandwich at the Scotty.
As Battlecat didn't make the move on ladder P as Yuki Bear 3-second penalty, so
Another place.
Another driver that gets punished by the track. The track takes another victim in the penalties. As the letter P, who's lost DRS, has really split this train now, so Battlecat really has to make this move to get past to even have a chance of finishing on the podium.
Dante and Blows is still hammering. I think Blows might have a little bit of wing damage.
As Battlecat making a move on letter P into turn 1. Gets that move done, and now he's going to have DRS and probably the better speed to catch as eBay Boy makes the move on Scotty. So it looks like Scotty is just struggling a little bit on his tyres. As eBay Boy is going to go past Jacko. I think the hards of eBay Boy are faster than Jacko's 25 lap old mediums now.
Well, that would well and truly be fast.
But Jacko has to take these another 15 laps if he wants to go another set of mediums if he has a spare set.
Down the back of the pack, looking to maybe get his way up.
As Battlecat almost within that 1 second gap. He's almost there. He's actually got it just then. So Battlecat pushing extremely hard to get that DRS, and I think he's got it. Let's see at the line. Does he have the DRS? He does.
He got it.
So Battlecat has brought letter P and himself back into DRS. Akotsuki still has a DRS on the tour in front of him. Yuki Bear slowly starting to lose more time to the leader as Ghost Rider now caught up to the back of Scotty. So Ghost Rider able to drop that gap, but Carly hasn't. It still stayed at around 3 seconds to Carly. It's now going to be 2.2 because of Ghost Rider has joined the train.
No, I don't think it'll be too long till. In the lap, next few laps, maybe 4 to 5 lap traffic issue for the leaders.
Ghost Rider is trying to look out a move on Scotty. He knows that he has 13 lap younger tyres than the Haas. He's actually got the youngest tyres out all 4 of these drivers. As is that Jacko in the case? I think Jacko is into pit lane for Red Bull. I'm interested to see what tyre he goes on. He's gone onto a set of the hard tyres, so he's gone to harder allocation. So that's a new hard set. We look at Yuki Bear. Still not able to see the car of Dante around the corner when looking back. But that gap is falling and falling fast. It's now down to 6.8. It was about 7.6 2 laps ago.
Yeah, we are closing up the half race distance slowly. About 3 laps or so time to be half gap.
Oh, as Yuki's into pit lane.
That's a good call from.
Yeah, let's see what tyre he's going. He's actually gone on the hards because I believe he went medium at the start. So So he's onto the hard tyre, is Yuki Bear. Now this will be interesting. How long does Darken? Oh, because Darken's on the hard tyre. You're gonna expect Darken to go long as hell, but you want to know how long your driver's gonna go for. Because if he goes too long, he's gonna get undercutted as Ludo retires into the pit lane. This is not what you want to see. You just need to finish the race and you get points. I'm pretty sure in the Enduro round, I believe everyone gets points if they finish. I could be wrong on that. I'm not sure.
Someone confirm that will be great. Blur's leading this pack at the moment. Was the next closest fighter, yes, fighter pack. Because Darkhand is just blitzed off into from these guys. There was no cap.
You can tell that Darkin has done a lot of preparation for this track. How much pace he's got on those older tyres. As Dante's made some move on into P2.
I don't think any of us noticed. Battlecats actually picked up. Now he's fighting for. He needs to pass it.
Yeah, so penalties from second down to 9th, and then you got 11th, 13th, and 16th all within the penalties. I'm just going to quickly show the penalties as I have a bit of time now. As we got the penalties, so it's a 6 seconds for Dante Kotsky Carly, 10 seconds for letter P, so that might be for spin in pit lane, and you got 3 seconds for Blurs. Battlecat goes for Yuki and eBay Boy, all with the penalties to their names. So most of these penalties are all mixed.
Dante's had an outstanding race. He's gone plus 11. He's gone up 11 spot. So he's having an absolute blind of a race, fighting for second. So he started down at 12.
Let me try that, because I'm noticing the stream is lagging a bit. Ooh, as I saw Battlecat on the stream, just hit the back of Ikoski, and it looks like I just fixed my issue of why the stream just started lagging randomly.
If this was any other league, this would be the final lap. Dark End would have won it with ease. We've still got another half a race to go.
So if this was a 50% race, Darken would be starting the final lap of the race and will be taking victory. But you still got half the race to go for these drivers. The drivers at this moment will probably be a bit tired because we've only done one Enduro this round as the Bloods gets another penalty. Or this season we've only done one Enduro. And I know that was a mess as Dante's, I believe, had a spin across pit lane. So he's actually fallen all the way down to 6th place. So now it's free car fight.
This will be talking about last round. A lot of talk about the white line rule with the pit line and where you can and can't cross it. Would that be, because obviously he had to cut a white line, would that be something to talk about, possibly be penalised?
Depends how he spun across it. If he spun across the pit entry line and then onto the track with the track limit line, he'll get pit lane penalty for crossing that.
The yellow and second two cleared quickly.
Thankfully, Mexico's pit line is a lot more understandable on what is a track limit line and what's not. Coda's one is a bit interesting. The red part of the pit lane is actually the track limit, and there was a big argument about that in reports. on board with the Battle Cat, as Carly at the back end of 3 second penalties actually caught up to Scotty and Yuki Bear. Yuki Bear actually not able to catch eBay Boy at the moment. Actually, I think eBay or Yuki has made a mistake somewhere because he's actually, I believe he was right up with eBay Boy and he's actually dropped down as Ikoski makes a move into second, still fighting with Blurs side by side. They're still side by side for turn 3 as Yuki Bear has decided to retire into the pit lane. I'd love to know the reason for it. If anyone can find out, I'd love to know the reason.
It was having.
There's a 3 second penalty for Dante. He's actually had a spin at turn 6. No, turn 5, I mean. As Yuki's car comes back on the track, so drivers had to be careful of Yuki's car back on track. It's actually taking
So we do have a reason. The lobby is F. Did the
10-second penalty for Dante's for corner cutting. I believe you cut out, Ethan, so I don't even hear what you said about the lobby.
So we have a response from Yuki Bear. The lobby is F. We did the
So the lobby is bugged for Yuki as Dante's has retired into pit lane as well. Now,
so when
I'd love to know where the lobby started being bugged for Yuki.
yeah, if it was way early, this could warrant a red flag and a restart.
This will warrant a restart, but it'll be, I believe, a 50% race.
It would have to be. Yeah, we've already gone through
But I believe
half
most of
the
these
race.
drivers
So,
don't even want to do that. They'll just say take the results from lap 36.
so it was bugged from lap 1, according directly from the driver.
Well, if the formation lap is bugging, this might be interesting for tomorrow's race with Tier 1, because Tier 1, how close we all race in Tier 1, it might become a big issue.
According to Yuki, he reckons that it would have been better to restart the lobby. So you had no FFB, no HUD, and everything, which
Hey, if he hadn't,
even had blue flags apparently.
yeah, I'm gonna look at what he's saying.
So we'll leave this one up to the admin. They will call a red flag, but so far we have.
Well, okay, so currently I believe he's the only driver experienced that because no one else everyone else is fine, so I don't think the lobby's bugged. And then plus, if it is, it's one driver. It's not a restart for one driver.
Yeah,
The no force feedback issue is just on him. That is just him. There is a way to get around it. You just pause and unpause it, and it should bring it back. Which I doubt he didn't even try. You could also try resetting the wheel. You could have tried that on the safety car if he had no force feedback still. But anyway, I'm back to the race. Blurs. Oh god, Blurs is on Battlecat's rear. Did Blurs make a mistake? No, Blurs has been, after the restart, he's been getting swallowed. And I don't think he has the pace that Darkin has. Currently the gap is 15 seconds to Darkin Shadows. That's a big gap. as we're getting through
I think someone's spun it.
the yellow flag. Jailbot's actually had a spin at the double
Good.
hairpin exit. He's right now dropped to 13th. He still has a wing, so he hasn't hit the wall. He's still got his wing intact. On board with Blurs. Currently, looking at drivers, so Blurs is actually, you can tell Blurs is pushing it because he's got no battery at all. He's on under 10%.
Battle Cat still fresh. Even the Vika Cat is putting the Ferrari under some pressure here. A little bit behind.
So Dante's just recalled that many drivers are making stupid moves, making a mistake. From what I've seen, from what I saw before you DNF'd, you spun it like multiple times. I don't know if it was contact or not. No idea. But each to their own. And Jerobot's actually pitted for a new set of the hard tires, so he's going to go to the end of the race. 30 laps more of this race to come. And there's massive gaps as Battlecat getting past Blurs at turn 1. Blurs trying to go around the outside of turn 2. He can't quite get his car up alongside to get in there.
So far, everyone's just so spread out.
Apparently Kotsky though in 4th. Apparently according to Checker Flag, he's actually loving this at the moment because all the drivers ahead of him all using no battery in the middle sector, so he's just able to save his battery even more. Just sit there. But the more that they save no battery, the more that Leather P is going to creep up on them.
The more battery you have, though, you'd think easier it'll be to pull away in the long run. So even though Letter P uses a little bit of battery on the
So at some point I don't know when, actually I did know when, Joker actually made a pit stop for the hard tie. He's already made up to Scotty in Cali. So he's making good moves as Ikotsky trying to make a move on Battlecat as Blurs gets back past. Is he able to do anything? It doesn't look like Ikotsky is going to try and make the move, but Battlecat's just trying to stay as close to Blurs as he can, so the RB driver can't do anything unless he wants to do a double move as Jacko down the main straight makes a double move or a move on Kelly, and now he's going to be looking to chase his teammate down. eBay Boy's still on 42 lap old hards, so I think eBay Boy's trying to extend these hards just to lap 50 so he can go on to mediums for 21 laps.
that would be one way to go about it.
So I believe from what it looks like, eBay Boy did not go the hardest tire allocation. He's gone balance. So it currently looks like the two-stop strategy is the favorable one for Mexico, as you would expect, as it being a 100% race. As the Battlecat and Blurs making switches down the straight. Letter P has actually made it up to Kotsky as Dante has left the session because he's retired.
Dark End is now catching the back of the field. So he's maybe the next 3, 4, maybe getting some lap traffic here. As Tetris was overtaken by Jared. Jared.
Kotsky just he's dancing on that DRS detection. He's actually got he's only 1/10 clear of Gainer. He almost was out of it into that hairpin. Still is gonna have it for activation. He turns on the DRS. Now the question is if any of these guys are gonna pit again onto a new hard. Because if you look at Jacko, he went, I believe, onto a new hard set 12 laps ago. Was down 20 seconds to Scotty, and he's caught all that back up in. He caught all that back up 10 laps and passed them, and gapped them by 3 seconds in a lap. So
Yeah.
you're gonna be thinking if pitting for a new hard tire is worth it. Because I believe we got safety car lap 15, 16. You can take these to the
Yeah.
end, but they're gonna hurt.
See what they do. So at the moment, now going into a pretty close fight between Battle Cat back the letter P now joined the fight. They make their way around the last point. Interesting to see the different lines these drivers take. Go up towards the outside barriers, but I'm close to the inside curve.
As Blurs makes a move on Battlecat as Kotsky down the inside of Battlecat, pushes him wide. He gets a lot more speed around the outside by having to take a lot more curb on turn 3, and this allows Battlecat to just make the move and actually allows Letter P to go back past them both, so Letter P with a double overtake in the Williams. And that's allowed Blurs to gap them by a 10th at the moment, so these drivers out 1 second, as I say that Letter P is dancing on that DRS detection. And it looks like Blurs is going to be free of DRS for about 1 lap.
Dang DRS rank. That Williams is going to probably have the opportunity to make the move now.
We got Barricade with DRS. He does not make going close enough to make the move. As Letter P actually, I believe, burned his battery to get back into that DRS of Blurs, and now Barricade, is he going to get close enough to make this move? Doesn't look like it, but Kotsky is very close to losing this DRS, so he has to be careful. As eBay Boy, he finally pits off those hard tires. He's gone on to a set of mediums now. He's going to drop to P11. And now he's going to have to chase down the other drivers.
Five drivers so far. They're all running. As Battle Cat still putting the letter P under so much pressure.
Yuki, I was still complaining about you. Because if you complain about this more, this just looks bad. You can't. The lobby bugged off the formation lap, which we turned on to respect a community member that passed away. And with you complaining about it, it's just being disrespectful at that point. So in my opinion, just let it go. You did half the race with this bugged. You could have finished it, but you decided not to.
Was and the letter P fighting on the setting section. Battle Cat not quite hot on their tail, but still there. On the straight now, you can see the tire wear. Battle Cat. Okay.
We should have reset after formation up? No. You're the only driver that has been bugged, so it's not worth a restart. If there was more drivers that said they were bugged, we would have restarted, but you're the only driver that was bugged, so there's no point. eBay boy at the back has made the move on Jetman. Darkin has lost all audio now. Well, he's got 18 seconds if game actually can't hear me. You're taking a piss. Yeah, I don't. Dark End has not lost audio. I can tell he's shifting off the engine sound. You're trying to gaslight me. Stop it. There's Blurs trying to make the move on Letter P. Actually, Letter P made the move on Blurs.
At the
He
moment,
lost 1.5 seconds already. No, he hasn't checked play. He's lost 6/10 according to my Delta.
the software.
Okay, he's 2.8 down.
Of where the leader is at the leader's
Tell
lap.
Darken to pause and unpause, see if it does anything.
So Dark End. Speaking of Dark End, he's wrapped up 12 and down Jetman.
Do I have Darkened? I should.
We
I don't believe I have Darkened Shadows. I do not have Darken, so if Darken leaves, I can't invite him. It is. Ethan, do you have Darken added?
I don't believe I do know.
Can you jump in the general voice chat and ask Scotty, who's just pitted, to send an invite to Darken?
Repeat that, sorry.
Can you go into the general voice chat where Scotty is and ask if he can invite Darken? Yes, check a flag. I know he's not in the lobby, but I don't have him added to send an invite. Scotty's probably going to try and send an invite down the main straight, if not now. But I believe we got people. I sent Ethan, and I think Broseph has joined the general chat to ask people to invite him. Because at the moment, where is he? He's in sector 2. He's got about 10 seconds. Oh, God. We got... What the... Darken just got taken. His AI just got taken out. By who? So, okay. Little Sheldon just took out Dark End.
Alright. They're on it.
Worst case scenario, Dark End joined and then Little Sheldon took him out. And now Scotty's... wait, I can invite Scotty at least.
Well, it's not the lobby itself. It'll just driver. It's more than likely going to be. That might be something they need to look at. So back to
Do you have Scotty added?
have a look. This might take
on the game, because for some reason I can't go to my other friend's page. So Darken has been taken out. Lil Sheldon has had a spin at 1. So Darken, who was leading this whole race, is now P5 because Lil Sheldon killed him. From what I see.
right. No safety car, which is
Now Darken's got a spectator glitch. Oh my lord. To be honest, Checker, you would have just been better to leave Darken in the session than make him leave and join. No.
so. What was just the plans go from bad to worse? See
So
what the ad
currently,
dare say that
I know I shouldn't do spontaneous telemetry. I need to see this. I need to see if this is AI breaks or not. That looks like AI. Cool.
like flag sector 3. Dark hand has left the session.
And he's gonna need another invite by someone, and Scotty's not in, so and I can't invite him.
Just look, I don't know what we're gonna have to do.
The only other person who can invite is Tetris. I believe. Who, Broseph is in the VC sorting it. But Dark and Shadow has lost 30 plus, actually not even 30, more like 20 seconds plus 20 seconds of being off track because Sauber took him out.
That sounds about right.
Same glitch in Singapore with no formation up 2, bunch of us lost audio. I believe it's just a game. That's just a game issue. The audio thing is a game issue. It's nothing to do with lobby. I I don't know how the loss of audio gets triggered, but it somehow does.
I don't know.
So, oh god, okay. At this rate, this is what the order for finishing will be. Battle Cat will finish first. Blurs, Ikotsky, Letter P, and then Jacko. Because Letter P has 13 seconds of penalties. Scotty's
Get his
rejoin.
back. So we're just gonna stay racing at this stage.
I don't think there's
Blows.
gonna be any restart at this or any intervention. They won't red flag it.
Yeah, it's too late in the race to start.
If they do red flag it, it will take the positions from when it was red flagged with the penalties. But I believe it will be like half points, so it'll be normal points.
Yeah, that more than likely just declare the if it were to be red flag now.
Darken has rejoined the
But
lobby. Hopefully, if Checker Flag lets us know he's in control of his car. I'm praying he's in control of his car.
I think he's in control. Yeah, should be.
So, Barricade has lost the EOS off the top two, and after that, he's actually lost a second.
Darkane can hear. I don't know if it'll be ideal, but there would give us some sort of sign that he is in control, and it isn't. At the moment, still, I'm on board with Darkane as we speak. Like it's still in control.
Leather P makes a move on Blurs into P1. So we've gone to the point in the race where it's very boring. It's end of race, not much is happening, no one's near each other.
It is standard, I think, for this lane in the race.
At the moment, only thing that tires don't really matter. We know who's. Only tires we need to know is that eBay, Jacko, and Jerobot with Scotty are on fresher tires. At the moment, I'm going to switch to leader gap with the penalties. Because what it comes down to now, Leopy has 13 seconds of pen. Jack is only 20 seconds off the leader. Is he able to close that gap as eBay Boy makes a move on Darken? So I don't think Darken has control of his car yet. As
No, it still looks like it's under AI.
Leather P or Bloods makes a move on Leather P as Jacko has closed that gap by about a tenth in the last sector. So the last sector is when the new tyre is the better tyre. Now what Jacko will be able to be trying to do is just close these gaps up. So he's got 9 seconds to close to Ikosi to get that position, but he also trying to close up to letter P as well. So if he just closes up to letter P, he should be able to sneak in the podium at this rate. So I'm going to keep the penalties on because we don't need tyres anymore. No one's going to make another pit stop.
Unless there's a late safety. with the way everyone's spread out at the moment. Yeah, I don't think it.
Other way that's going to be a safety car is what happened with Mertz is someone hits a wall by themselves. I believe the main reason that we got a safety car with Mertz is because he hit the pit wall and then it teleported him onto track.
Yeah, that's more than like caused it.
As Leather P makes the move on Blurs for P1, but more eyes on the Red Bull driver of Jacko as Ikotsky is into the pit lane for a new tyre. He's gone to the medium tyre. So that's the interesting call by RB, is to pit the RB that could have scored them decent points since Darken has dropped out of the session, and now he's under threat by eBay Boy, but eBay Boy's got older tyres.
Battlecast was cruising. Knows he's on track.
So Barricade at the moment he's just cruising along. He knows if he stays within that 10-second gap of letter P, he will get P or P2 finish. But he needs to make sure he's in that 10-second gap. If he falls out of it, it's a bit of an issue.
It will be, and it's not easy to get back into that as well. So what he's hoping for is these two up front Blurs and let it fight it out a little bit.
So Ghostfire makes a move on Jacko for P4. Now that gap between P4 and letter P is not really closing anymore, so I think the medium tires of Jacko has died off at the moment. So he's not able to close that gap anymore.
The lock up there from the letter P, I think. Doesn't look like it's done much. He's still right tail.
Is Darkin back in? I believe Darkin's back in, but I don't know if it's in control. Not Darkin is in control. That's his normal. That's normal telemetry. So Darkin is back in the session in control. It's just his tire. I think that AI has killed his tires. So I think that's why he's dropped off the pace. As Jacko makes a move on Ghost Rider for P4, so these two are now switching positions back and forth. This actually might help these two close the gap, but it's a 19-second gap, so I don't think he will. Yeah, so yeah, Yusuf is right. The race is basically over. At the moment, it's a fight between Blurs and Letter P. Well, the Blurs is the winner because Letter P's got 13 sets of penalties. It's more like Battlecat needs to keep this gap somehow. It's at
If
10
he hasn't,
seconds.
he's out by Battlecats is out of that
Yeah.
window
So Battlecat's just gone
by
out that window.
400. That's only just climbing, so is he having to serve tires, you reckon?
Say that again.
So he might be having to preserve tires to get to the end.
Could be. I know Lone Rifle yesterday in Tier 3 took the tires 50 laps, so these guys are taking it longer, so he's probably conserving the tires a bit more. Zikotsky, fast lap 16.5 for the RB driver.
Now the fight for the lead is literally between these top two.
Who are you talking about, Yusuf?
Uh,
Are you talking about Darkened and him being taken out?
Slow, slow. Let it fight for the lead.
I don't know
For
what
the win.
happened with Darken's car, but only thing I saw was him and Lil Sheldon come together. At just before the stadium section.
Next closest fight for the lead is the fight for fifth and fourth.
Well, at the moment, Jacko has no penalties, so he's currently just sitting there, not fighting. As I said, he's going to try and make the move. I think he's going to try and close that gap on Battle Cat to gain that position. He only needs to close it to about 3 seconds. So he needs to gain 5, I believe. Yes, so Battle Cat has a 3-second penalty. He just needs to close it by 5 seconds, and he's got that move. How did Darkin lose 17 seconds? So the AI got taken out by Little Sheldon. That dropped him down to 5th while he was in AI out of the session, and then because of that, I think that was the first lap he left. So that was a while after he left. That was like a few seconds after he left, and then after because he couldn't, he got in and then he got spectator bug, so he had to leave and then had to get back in. So that's why Darkin has lost so much time. Is Letter P and Blurs making a swap again?
Another fourth position. Nothing.
That's Blur's
Today,
3-second
another
penalty.
3 seconds.
That's up to 9 seconds. So that's... It's not going to change much, but if he gets up to 12, Letter P might be able to snatch away the win if he gets to 12. As Jetman
Right,
3-second penalty.
gonna be close.
As Jacko is pushing this car now. He only needs he's closed 1 second and 1 lap. He's now down to 7.1. 6 laps remaining of the race. So he's gonna have to gain like 7, 8 tenths a lap, which I believe he's doing now. He's closing the gap more. It's down to 6.7. So he only needs to gain 3.6 to get that position off Battle Cat.
That was for the lead.
Letter P and Blurs, I think, came to an agreement on this lap not to pass each other. I think Letter P was too far ahead for Blurs to even make the move. As Jacko losing a bit of time on the straight, but he's going to gain all that back in the fast corners. I want to know what percentage these hards are on at the moment, or the 51 lap old hards. I'm really interested to know what these are on.
This race in the dying stages slowly end.
Yeah, as Jacko, look at the time. It was 6.4 at the end of the main straight. He's dropped that by 1.1 seconds in the middle sector. This is even gonna drop
Other pass
further.
with their speed.
At the moment, I think Letter P is just trying to extend this gap just in
They're
case.
just yo-yoing off each other down the Ikoski and Ghost Rider. A little fight. Whatever main straight side by side.
So Yusuf, the AI was losing time to letter P. So it was a 17-second gap. He lost 6 seconds in about 2 laps, and then he had a collision with Lil Sheldon, which sent him down. I've just noticed, I wasn't paying attention, but Jacko has gone past by Ikotsky for P4. And with the pace that Ikotsky have, and he's only got 6 seconds, he's actually going to probably gap Jacko.
More than likely, won't get third due to penalties.
So if we look at, because I think the gap between Jacko and Battlecat is about 3.5. I can't really tell because Koski overtook up. Oh yeah, it's around like that. Yeah, let's look at the time that
It's one
Koski
point
is.
five.
Look at the time that Koski is gaining on Jacko in these slow speed corners. Then you go through the fast and he just gains. He's got 3 laps. He needs to break that 6-second gap for the RB. RB took a risky strategy with the medium tire at lap 61 and it's currently paying off at the moment, but just gotta extend that gap.
Because he can carry this pace, so I reckon he might be able to reach that 6 second window. Or he only needs 3 seconds to steal third place. So this is game on. Pass. He's going to carry that speed lap to break, 4 seconds?
Why has my stream started lagging again, or does it only lag down the straight? It only lags down the straight, that's weird. Jetman getting out of the way for the lead runners to get past. So because he didn't make the move on Battlecat, now he's going to try to extend that gap. Jacko in that DRS detection of Battlecat, so he's going to want to get past as quickly as he can and stay with the RB of Vikoski. He's got 4 seconds to play with in 2 laps, so this DRS will give him a bit of a straight line speed advantage.
This is where Battlecat needs to bunker down because he's already 3.2. He's breached. Koski has breached within a lap.
Vikoski at the moment is just flying as Battlecat trying to defend these riders off as also Ghost Rider is getting past. Ghost Rider trying to go down inside of Jacko. It's not what you want. Oh, that was close from contact between the two. I almost saw, I had a vision of Aston spinning.
It's all kicking off with 2 to go.
It's a DRS straight, it's ERS management all the way into the last 2 laps, and then you gun it for the line. 3.7 is the gap to Ikoski. He's extending that gap, and Jacko is gonna have to hope that those medium tires suddenly hit a cliff mid-lap.
It's not going to happen though. I don't think it will. He's blind. He's got traffic to contend with.
Last
But
lap.
the fight begins now.
We'll jump board Koski to see what lap time he is doing compared to the RB driver. Letter P gets past, blurs into P1 but won't matter. Jetman penalty. So 16.8 for Koski. He's actually matching this time as we go 17.7 for Jacko. So well, that's about a second difference between the drivers, but that was with DRS. Now the challenge becomes, can he hold the gap for the Red Bull driver? Just needs to hold the gap. Goes for it down the inside of Battle Cap. This is for position. And it looks like Battle Cat is trying to get down his inside as a McLaren, a Jetman is racing the Ferrari and he's a lap down.
The leaders coming up to stadium section. Now the letter P will take the win, but that's right. Letter P will finish second. Then Akoski, if he can hold on,
So letter P
he
will
come
cross
home.
letter P across the line in first, but it will be Blurs who inherits that first place after finishing second. Letter P with 13 seconds of penalties will drop down to second. Now the real question that comes out: does Akoski hold his place? Across the line comes the RB driver, third
Yeah,
place for him,
yeah.
and Jacko to the line. He's just got to get it by 5 thousandths into third place. Jacko for Red Bull in third. Mikoski fourth. Battlecat will finish fifth. Ghost Rider sixth after picking up an extra penalty. eBay Boy will finish seventh after doing a one stop. So that is actually a pretty fine job from the Red Bull driver. And I believe Dark and Shadow is actually going for the fastest lap on this lap. So he's gone purple second sector. I don't know if that was warning. If that's a warning, it's not going to give him the fastest lap. Through the final corner,
Five.
Darken corner comes, hugs it inside, goes fast 15.4 and finishes 8th overall after leading this race for almost 40 laps. He finishes in 8th, Carly finishes 9th, Scotty will finish 10th. Tetris did finish the race, but since he left, it's going to DNF him. I'm not sure where he was
Five.
before.
5. That's all he needed.
So 5 tenths is all Jacko needed for that P3 finish, and he did get it at the end. He got by 5 thousandths over the RB driver. It's Kotsky, a tier 3 reserve driver for RB, finishing the 4th on the tier 2 grid. So it's not a bad showing.
Surely that means he's going to get moved up to.
I don't think he'll get moved up because since it is a 100% race, people manage their pace early on. But we'll see what the admins decide. So Blurs will take the win from letter P with that 13-second penalty, and then Jacko P3, Kossi 4th, Battlecat, Ghost Rider, eBay Boys, Dark, and Scotty Carly will be your top 10, and then you got the rest. Jailboy, Jetman, and Tetris. I believe Tetris did finish 13th, it just DNF'd him, or it was 12th. Well, I'm not sure. Unlucky to Sheldon, Dante, Yuki, Ludo, Communite, and Mertz for all their DNS. So the fast lap does go to Dark and Shadow, 15.4 for the RB drive, so he does get an extra point to his name. And I would say it's huge to Dark and Scotty and Jacko for not picking up a penalty in 71
It's
laps.
not easy to do, especially around the track, especially double what we do normally. So massive props to those 3 drivers.
Okay, so what we'll do is we will get the drivers in for interviews. So it was Blurs, letter P, and Jacko into the com box, and then we'll start with interviews. And we'll start with Jacko when he gets in here. But interesting race, interesting strategies from all. And I've tagged wrong person that started with letter. Well, that's kind of unlucky, but we'll start interviews with Jacko, the Red Bull driver that didn't pick up a pen, braved out to the end, and got P3 by 5,000. How did you feel over the 71 laps?
Uh, Exhausted, I guess, or by the end at least. Um, I had to recover because I had a broken wing on lap 4, I think it was. So I went off hards to mediums and then picked a lap like 31 to go back to the hards. And I think that was actually kind of a blessing in disguise because other people around me had taken those hards much longer and they were really suffering. Um, and then, of course, there was Ikotsi on those mediums at the end who was really fast, who I just managed to stay within 6 seconds of. So it's a good reward for sticking around after a frustrating start, I think. So I'm pretty happy with that.
Well,
Yeah,
well done. As I said, you got it by 5,000 over Ikotsi.
Ikotsi,
It's
yeah.
tier 3 reserve, so it's amazing drive from him, but that P3 finish from you actually boosts you a lot up the standings, I assume. Let's. How did you feel after the safety car restart? Because you said you did get the damage, and since the safety car came out after you had to pit for damage, you kind of just got forced to do something different to everyone else.
Correct. I had to basically stay out on like 10 or 11% mediums, which that was good because it got them back into the heat window for a bit, so they lasted a bit longer than they otherwise would have. But I did fall back in those mid laps, like the late 20s, early 30s. So it wasn't ideal, but it did help me catch back up to the pack. So I think it was overall a good thing for me to have the safety car when it was.
Well, well, you're one of the 3 drivers to not pick up a penalty, so congratulations on that, and congratulations on the P3. Next week we do have Sao Paulo, other known as Brazil. So how do you feel for that track?
Pretty good. A little bit better than this track for me. Not nothing spectacular, but yeah, I feel good about it.
Anything to add, Ethan?
no, nothing more. I want to ask, what was it like in those first 5 or 6 laps in that heavy, heavy traffic? No one was really going anywhere. And as you say, you yourself got caught up in it. I just want to hear one of the driver's thoughts.
It was a bit too hectic for my liking, given the length of the race. People were fighting like it was the last few laps already, and everyone got checked up in a sort of a concertina. And unfortunately, I didn't react quick enough to avoid the back of the car in front. I hope they didn't get damaged because that's permanent when it gets damaged to the back, so that
Yeah.
could be even worse.
Well,
Yeah, not
congratulations.
so impressive, but yeah, thank you for that.
Congratulations. Done above 5 tenths. It's not easy to get it, but you pulled it
Indeed,
off.
and thank you very much to the commentators who put in the extra double effort for a lengthy thing like this.
Well, thank you for taking the time for the interviews. Congratulations on P3, and we'll see you next week for Brazil.
Cheers. Congrats to P and the Blues as well.
Now, on to letter P if Ethan would like to do the honors.
First off, congratulations. You not the position you wanted. You're up there fighting for the lead, majority of the race, but you're still on the podium. How does it feel?
Yeah, it feels good to be honest. Pretty sure post race pens that 10 seconds will get removed. So yeah, but it was very good race. I actually enjoyed that one. It was like great, but the middle part of the race was actually like it was a nightmare for me. I couldn't get the tires to work. Um, they just were sliding all over the place, and I couldn't get them into the right operating window. But yeah, then the Darkest Shadows actually disconnected, and then he crashed. So that was the point where I started to think that yeah, this is possible. He's not just gonna walk away with it, because at this point we were already catching him. So yeah.
Yeah, obviously double the distance. There will be a lot of fatigue to what we're normally used to. Did you or your mate Experienced any fatigue throughout, or was it pretty straightforward to the end?
Yeah, uh, last half of the race, I was starting to get sore arms and dry mouth from lack of water and hunger because it's been so long. But no, not really. I actually kind of like these full races. They had a lot of spice to the calendar. Um, if we chose to do a whole calendar with 100% races, I wouldn't be too fussed about it. Sorry, I wouldn't really care that much.
Anything to add to that, Apollo?
No,
Sorry?
that's. I think you covered everything.
Well, congratulations on second place.
Yeah.
Before we leave, what are your thoughts on Brazil? Round more tire deg than Mexico. Will
Yeah,
tires be
no,
an
just
issue there?
I haven't really touched Brazil. Um, but it shouldn't be that bad.
Thank you for your time.
No worries.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
We'll jump on board to Blurs, who the winner of today's race for Haas. Congratulations, Blurs, on the win. How does it feel
Yeah.
to be back on the top step?
Yeah, it feels good. I'm fucking tired. I took my shirt off straight away after finishing the race. I was sweating like a dog. But yeah, nah, good race. Fun battles, and yeah, me and P had fun. Every time we'd overtake each other, it'd be like slingshot
Slingshot
engage
engaged.
every time. So yeah, that was pretty fun.
Oh, because of that slingshot, P was also able to clear his pin, so he was able to finish where he finished. But anyway, we'll jump to the safety car restart. Or not, just before that, looked like you were struggling behind Dark and Shadows just to keep up on the tires during the first stint before safety car came out, and then the same thing happened again, but instead you got swallowed by everyone else behind you.
Yeah, I mean, I saw him do his lap with no toe, and my lap was with toe, and he was still 4 tenths quicker. So I was like, oh shit, this is gonna be hard to keep up with. I kept up with him for a couple laps, but then yeah, he's just a bit too quick.
Now, it's interesting that you and most of the drivers opted for one-stop strategy. Well, I was thinking in the comms bar there's going to be two-stop race, considering I see a lot of the drivers at the back do two stops, but you guys decided to take the hards almost 60 laps during the race. So
Yeah, I
I'm just
mean,
interested on what tire wear you had.
honestly, I don't even know. It can't have been that bad because I didn't get an orange light on my MFD, so it can't have been that bad. They felt alright. I mean, I think the so Ikotsi pitted for meds, and I think he must have been 3 or 2 seconds difference compared to how far he was behind to when he boxed and came back out and finished. So it would have been give or take with the two stop compared to the one stop.
Well, you got Brazil next week. How do you feel for Brazil? Do you have the pace to do a back-to-back win?
Uh we'll see. Only thing I've done in Brazil is that Oscar Piastri challenge to get, or Gabriel Bortolão challenge. So that's it. But yeah, I just want to say I dedicate this one to MX. Obviously, me and him had some good battles in season 3, season 4 enters, and yeah, just a shame he's passed away. But yeah, no, I dedicate this one to him.
Well, congratulations on the win. I believe he'll be looking down on you after that win. But that win does give you, I believe, 50 points. I hope. And that boosts you up to in front of Darkin actually. In the
Yeah,
stands, so you'll be P3 and then P will be P2 in the stands. So the championship fight is really going to come down to the last few rounds. So thank you for your interviews. Congratulations, all three of you, on your podium positions and where you finished. Thank you to the Inters admin team for setting this up, and all the drivers that does come to the races. If we don't have the drivers, we can't race. If we don't have the admins, we don't have a league. So thank you to all of them and the community that we have, and we shall be back next week for, well, tier 2, me and Ethan, maybe. It might be Ethan, but I'll definitely be back next week for tier 2 Brazil. We got tier 1 tomorrow, same time start time as today, so 5 p.m. at Melbourne time, 100% race as every other tier has been, but as the tier 1 guys, they're all racing, and I can safely assume that it's going to be a massive DRS train from first to last, so that might be an interesting one to watch. Anyways, thank you all for watching, and we'll catch you all in tomorrow's stream for tier 1.